Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome. Trees, they're everywhere, completely and totally everywhere, but not as much as maybe when some of us old folks were kids, right? According to Scientific America, right now, there are 3.04 trillion trees on the planet. But that's half as many as there were 100 years ago. We're losing 10 billion trees a year. Now, why is that really important? Like, what do trees really do for us? Who are trees? I've thought about trees my entire life. For some reason, I just feel good when I'm around trees. Is it the extra oxygen I'm feeling? Is it the peace that I get from it? What is it about trees? Well, trees are actually humans' closest ally. Trees have been our protectors and our providers since the beginning of time. Trees provide for us food. They provide for us wood that gives us energy and shelter. They provide living for all the other animals. They provide our oxygen. Really imagine if we didn't have trees that would take our poop and make oxygen for us to breathe, we would be off balance in a way. So trees actually give us balance. Now, some trees are out there flaunting their glory and their grandeur, right? You've seen trees, the huge live oak trees that sit tall, stand tall and strong, and they spread themselves out. And then there are other trees that kind of work a little differently. If you've ever looked at trees, there's the knobby trees of the cypress tree, then those swamps over there, and then there's the aspen tree. Did you know that the aspen tree is actually just one tree? As a matter of fact, here close to us in Utah, we have the pando. The pando is the largest organism in the world. It is 80,000 years old, and it's one organism. It's hundreds of acres of aspen trees, but they're all connected together. Isn't that cool? I mean, I think that's just so cool. So some trees are trees that want to live in community, right? They're all huddled together, they're close together, they like being friends and family. And then there are other trees that are very independent and want to be left alone. They stand alone, the sole tree out there in the middle of the prairie with nothing else around it. Is that kind of like humans? We're kind of together, some, and others just want to be left alone from everybody. I find trees just fascinating. Not only that, as you go through and study trees, you'll see that no tree has ever died of old age. No tree has ever died of old age. When I read that, I was like, wow. They die instead from adverse environmental conditions. It's said that as humans are evolving, they're realizing that no human actually dies of old age. They die of some adverse condition, whether it be heart failure or something like that. We don't really die of old age. So if you think about it, or what I thought about when I was in my early 20s, I would go and I'd sit under this tree in New Orleans that was there for over 500 years old, and I thought he was old. Well, he's nowhere close to old. There's a tree in Sweden, one single tree in Sweden, standing there for 9,550 years, according to carbon-14 dating. I'm like, wow, Imagine what that tree has seen. I used to sit under that oak tree and just think, what have you seen? What do you know? You got here before the settlers got here. You saw slavery. You saw war. You saw desegregation. All of this stuff. And they just stand there proudly and give us everything that they have. Constantly just giving us. You want apples? Take my apples. You want trees? You want wood? Take my wood. You need fire? You need shelter? They provide a home for the squirrels and the birds and all the other animals. And have we ever really considered trees? And instead of doing anything to harm the tree, let's love on those trees because they've been watching us. It's said that they do talk. I'm not there nor close to there, but it's interesting. If they could talk to us, what would they say? What have they seen? And what wisdom could they give us? Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Asta.